Yo, what is up, you sexy ass motherfuckers? Welcome back to yet another Total War League Siege battle. In this one, we are going to be seeing Wolfgang on the defense versus the RiceEnjoyers on the attack on the great settlement of Tuliferdom? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it is a grandiose settlement indeed. This battle is certainly going to be a doozy. Thank you so much to Marketable Skills for hosting this tournament and giving me the opportunity to be able to cover some of the battles found within Group B of this tournament. If you guys want to see the other groups and other teams play during this tournament, then make sure to check out some of the other fantastic content creators, Marketable Skills, Boobini, and Andrew. All of their links will be located down in the description below. Guys and girls, grab yourself something to drink, something to eat, go jerk off a quick one. Call your grandmother and tell her that you love her, preferably not while you are jerking off a quick one. Do whatever you guys gotta do. And let's go ahead and get right into the battle. Alright, so you guys know, as is tradition, we must start off with the attacking force. Starting off with Egypt on the attack. We've got some Levi Thureo spears, lots of Thorax swordsmen. So far, seeing 7 units of Thorax swordsmen. We've got more units of Levi Thureo spears, a regular unit of Levi Thureo spears. We've got a Nubian bowman, as well as 3 units of Cretan archers, a grand Royal Peltis General with those absolutely beautiful Greek shields. You know that they're going to be able to do some fantastic damage. And with those bloody feathers, black feathers, white feathers, feathers on their heads, they are going to be a threat to be reckoned with. And of course, you cannot forget the fiery balls of justice that shall be launched within the city walls, destroying buildings, destroying lives, and destroying hopes and dreams. As of right now, it is destroying the wall that the defenders have spent so much time building in preparation for such an attack. Looking over at the next attacking faction, we've got Gate. Over here, they're going to be bringing spear warriors. We're going to see some mercenary axe warriors. Lots of mercenary axe warriors. We've got the Dacian bowmen. Do we have Dacian heavy bowmen? We do. A Dacian heavy bowman, as well as lots and lots of noble swords. I'm seeing 6 unit. Wait. Can I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I can! For the first time in my life. There we go. We're seeing 6 units of noble swords, a elite spam if we are seeing any. Looking over at the defenders, we can't quite see their armies yet because the replay was sent in from the attackers' viewpoints, but we can certainly look at the factions that they are playing. So the Wolfgang is going to be bringing Pontus and Chimera. Some very, very interesting choices. Lots of memes based around this faction today. Will Wolfgang be proving these memes correct, or will they be turning them around and bringing forth a victory like no other we have seen as of yet during the Total War League Siege number 7? Only time will tell. Over here, you can see that the artillery is taking its time, breaking down the wall, doing whatever it can to be able to break down the wall slowly, but surely. We've got more and more forces moving up in preparation to be able to storm the wall, but I am going to go ahead and cut the video here, guys, while the action is paused, and I will see you guys here in a moment when we see some of that gory, bloody, gruesome fighting within the city settlement. And so the fight has begun. Egypt not hesitating for even a moment. We've got all units of Thorax swordsmen that they currently have available to them. What would have it? 7 units of Thorax swordsmen automatically going off the tower, forming a blob, and moving in to cause some devastation to the defending forces. Pontus moving in a unit of Hillmen to hold the initial defense, while potentially moving up some archers or some more javelin carrying units to be able to hopefully get some side fire into some of these forces as well. We've already got lots and lots of elite units from Chimera. Lots of noble infantry moved up to the front. We've got some step spearmen as well. And then Pontus is going to bring up some Theros spears as well to be able to get some great volleys in. But we've got plenty of Chimerian noble infantry mixed with step spearmen to be able to help hold this initial line. The hillman that had held valiantly for about 2 seconds is now starting to break, but the gap is going to be plugged by the mighty Pontic swordsman. Man, these guys are absolutely gorgeous. You know that they're going to be able to do some great work during this battle. The breach point that they had created before is not yet being utilized. We've got a unit of spear warriors over here that had burned down the towers to be able to make sure that they can't use it to their advantage. The spear warriors are kind of sitting up front, teasing their opponents while their ally tries to do whatever they can with all of these different troops and try to move into this settlement. So we're probably going to be able to see a lot of ranged fire going into here. We got Thorax swordsmen starting to form a column formation to be able to get past this gap and get into these Theros spears. Great move. These Theros spears have not used any of their ammo yet, so they're going to be able to move in with 146 men remaining, stop these Theros spears from being able to fire, and also potentially start moving in some more troops around the flank while they are already breaking these Pontic swordsmen, just using their sheer mass to be able to break into the settlement and wreak absolute havoc on some of these troops. We got the Chimerian noble infantry being side charged, as well as the step spearmen. We got the Rayo spears trying to throw some of their spears of destiny right into the butts of these thorax swordsmen, which are showing their asses, not afraid to these Thoreo spears. So they are going to take a lot of damage. Of course, they are going to be able to dish out a lot of damage with some of those peltas and get some great kills against those noble infantry, which is always a good use. I mean, you can see a lot of those spears. That poor tree is going to meet a lot of its brethren from across the world, while there's just a whole bunch of javelins stuck right inside of it. So a lot of them hit the noble infantry and the step spearmen, but not all of them. And now the spears are going to magically disappear. Witchcraft, I say! Witchcraft and wizardry! Now we got more and more thorax swordsmen quickly moving into the front, moving into the fray, continuing to put pressure on these lines and make their way into the settlement using any and all gaps that they have. We have a great placement of a scorpion. Where did it go? Where is it? There it is. Pontic Scorpion getting some fantastic kills on some of these Thorax swordsmen, trying to do whatever it can to be able to do as much damage to be able to push these guys back and retake this location. Now we've got more Thorax swordsmen moving into the fray. We got the Rayo spears that haven't used all of its ammo yet. Now the Thorax swordsmen are going to go in, use a volley against these step spearmen and just try to break them as soon as possible. These step spearmen are extremely cheap units, so they are not going to last for too long. They're going to form square formation, but I fear that that is not going to be enough to stop their absolute destruction, their annihilation from these thorax swordsmen. The thorax swordsmen are starting to fall slowly but surely. We've got 80 men remaining in this thorax swordsman unit, absolutely getting melted by some of these archers up on the hill. Actually, some slingers having 80 kills so far, and some of the Thoreo spears trying to get some of their ammo utilized as well and get as many kills as they possibly can. But yes, the Thorax Swordsmen after having a great initial push, they are starting to fall. We're going to need to see some more support, which support is what we shall see. We're starting to see some mercenary axe warriors. We're starting to see some spear warriors. We're starting to see a lot of forces from Gates starting to move in and try to do as much damage as possible. And that archer fire going into the flank of that Pontic sword as it's retreating was absolutely devastating. That Pontic swordsman just took so many arrows, and now we're going to see a mass retreat from the defending forces here after already being pushed back from the central area. The attackers did a great job of just absolutely overwhelming the defending forces and just taking over this entire area. We've got plenty of step archers starting to fall back, having some kills, but they are taking a lot of archer fire, and I fear that they are going to fall before they can utilize all of their ammo capabilities. The archers, there we go. Now all of the archers going to start targeting these step archers over here. These ones have 56 men remaining. These ones are, yeah, they're gone. They're gone. 6 men left. They are going to shatter. There's absolutely no way that these guys are going to stay on the battlefield. And after that last volley, not a single one survived to fall back to their families, to their wives, to their kids. They have been destroyed. And the attackers, now all the attackers have to do is move in, not even having used their elite troops, their elite noble swords as of yet. Now all they have to do is move in, engage with the rest of these Thoreo spears and the scattered forces of their opponents located over here, and just try to take them out. The Slingers are going to go ahead and fall back. They have 120 kills. I don't know if they have any ammo left. They're going to go ahead and fall back to the tower and let the tower kind of help support them. Now we've got Archer Fire. Lots and lots of arrows moving into these, flying into this depleted unit of Thorax Swordsmen with 135 kills. Now the Slingers, now that the Thorax Swords have actually stopped moving, the Slingers are going to utilize some more of their ammo, whatever ammo they have left, to be able to fully break these Thorax Swordsmen so they might be able to fire into the troops that are still moving into the settlement. Use all of that ammo because you have no one defending you and you are not long for this world at all. Over here, we've got a Steppe Spearman valiantly holding off against so much reckless hate, so many units. We've got Spear Warriors, we've got Axe Warriors, we've got a little bit of everything fighting against these Steppe Spearmen, and these nobles are completely surrounded, but still getting a decent amount of kills with 60 kills so far. The archers have a great flanking shot, and I believe that they are going to be able to utilize this. They are going to get some friendly fire, but I would say it is worth it. They've got a lot of cheaper units in here. They also probably don't need this many units. Maybe move the Thorax Swords or this Axe Warrior out of the way so that way all of their archers just can continue to fire into the butt of these noble infantry and just completely demolish them. Let's look at some of the archer kills over here. We've got 132 kills with these archers. They still have ammo. We've got 115 kills still having ammo. We've got Nubian Bowman with 64 kills, and these guys having 91 kills, doing a fantastic job. The rest of these archers also doing a great job. The Dacian Bowman having 101 kills. Dacian Heavy Bowman having 59 kills, 10 kills, just doing a great job overall. Dacian Heavy Bowman with 127 kills, and they still have ammo as well. So really utilizing that archer fire to the best of their ability. They are starting to spread out a little bit more than they probably should. They've got one unit of Mercenary Axe Warriors. I'm surprised Pontus isn't moving around to be able to utilize their javelin capabilities to fire into the side of these Axe Warriors and completely finish them off while they are stranded, because right now we do have some more Mercenary Axe Warriors moving into the fray to be able to start going in and trying to support their brothers in arms that have 49 kills so far. Maybe move in, charge in, have these guys move back out, and just come on, get a little bit of a charge bonus off. Some great fire while these noble infantry are starting to retreat. They're going to go ahead and utilize some of their archer ammo to be able to get some great flanking fire on these noble infantry and try to weaken them a little bit for the upcoming battle. So far, these Cimmerian noble infantry are still holding. They are a great unit, very expensive, but they can do a lot of damage with 125 kills so far and 56 men remaining. They have been surrounded this entire time, and yet they still have both the guts and the glory to keep them fighting during the entirety of this battle. Over here, we got a depleted unit of Mercenary Axe Warriors 90 that has been swapped out with this fresh unit of Axe Warriors moving in, trying to do as much damage as they can. Now we've got Pontus moving up the depleted unit of Pontic Swordsmen to be able to try and get some javelin capability over on these sides, the sword side, the axe side of these Axe Warriors, and try to get as many kills as they can. The Axe Warriors have successfully broken this unit of Steppe Spearmen with 18 men remaining, 11 kills. So now it is just up to these two Pontic Swordsmen to hold the line and try to get as many kills as they possibly can. Mercenary Axe Warriors utilizing their ammo into the Pontic Swords as they are trying to charge into their brethren. Great use of the ammo from these Axe Warriors. Now, finally, the Cimmerian Noble Infantry are starting to break. It looks like the Slingers up here are broken. They were able to get some good kills on some troops that were trying to engage with them. They have 169 giggity kills with 17 men remaining. I don't know if they had any ammo left, but for such a cheap unit, I think that they definitely got their money's worth from that, because most of their kills were on Thorax Swordsmen and Axe Warriors, I believe. So I think that they definitely got their money's worth from that. Did they get any chevrons, though? They did get one chevron, so they killed at least 500 gold, and at the very least 500 gold worth of units. I actually just learned that the other day while watching one of Beanie's Total War League videos. He is an amazing YouTuber. His content is truly incredible. Make sure to check him out if you guys have not already. We got a great archer position with these step archers over here on the wall, trying to keep any of these archer forces from Gate back and not able to get that flanking fire that they so desperately need to break through these nobles and step spearmen in such a good position. The thorax swordsmen are winded, but they are not out of the fight yet. We do have some noble swords that are active and in the fight, trying to do what they can to be able to break through some more of the elite forces of Chimeria. Looking over at the balance of power, it is still in favor of the attackers, but it is almost always in favor of the attackers, especially this early on, so anything can happen at this point. Over here, we've got a unit of Pontic swordsmen quickly charging into the fray, quickly charging back into these mercenary axe warriors. We've got some archer... Ooh, oh. Oh, these archers are out of ammo. That is a perfect use of your archers. If your archers are out of ammo and you can convince your opponent's archers to fire at them, because they're not great at melee, if you can have your opponents waste a whole bunch of ammo into an archer unit that has absolutely no ammo, then that is a great use of archers. So well done by Gate. Overall, the attackers are doing an amazing job this battle. But yeah, Gate is really forcing Chimera to waste a lot of ammo. They've realized that this archer unit no longer has any ammo, so they're going to go ahead and refocus their fire on some of these mercenary axe warriors and try to quickly break them to save as many men as they possibly can. But yeah, again, great move with those Dacian heavy bowmen brought to you by Gate. Over here, we've got a mercenary axe warrior with 25 men remaining, 83 kills. They are going to break against the combined might of the archer forces as well as the melee forces of these defenders. But now we've got more mercenary axe warriors quickly moving in to be able to fight against the Celtic warriors of Pontus and the Pontic. Beautiful Pontic swordsman. Just look at that armor, all bloodied up with that absolutely gorgeous look. You know that they are going to do whatever they can to be able to protect this settlement, which is rightfully theirs. Over on this side, we've still got the noble swords fighting against the steppe spearmen as well as the Chimerian noble infantry, so far having 90 kills. But combined with the might of the thorax swordsmen, it's only a matter of time before these spearmen eventually break off of the battlefield and part ways for the Sea of Death to be able to move further into their settlement. Outside of the city walls, we've still got 3 units of pretty much full units of noble swords ready to move into the battlefield, ready to get a lot of kills and wreak absolute havoc and destruction upon their enemies. In the actual settlement, we've still got the Levi Thoreo spears, which have yet to use their ammo and a lot of range capability to be able to fight against these elite units of the defenders. Over here, we got the mercenary axe warriors with 46 kills so far, trying to do whatever they can to be able to get past these Celtic warriors, get past these Pontic swordsmen, and just try to do as much damage as they possibly can, but forcing Pontus continuously. Great kills with that Scorpion, 178 kills. This is such a dangerous spot for Scorpions because they have such a great line of fire on so many attacking forces that move into the settlement. So well done, great usage of that Eastern Scorpion. But Pontus is forced to continuously move in more and more units. We got a fresh unit of Pontic swordsmen moving into the fray against the mercenary axe warriors, and just in time, these Pontic swordsmen with 22 men remaining are beginning to break. Will they stop breaking? No, they will shatter. They are done with this battle. They can no longer handle it, so they shall leave. Great positioning by the Egyptian archers, moving up onto this hillside to be able to get some great fire. Unfortunately, it is shield side, but it is still a really good flanking position. So these archers are going to be able to get a lot of kills, and they are just absolutely raining fire on these noble infantry and melting them like butter in a hot microwave. Over here, we've got a unit of thorax swordsmen with 88 kills fighting against the Celtic warriors, which are frantically trying to keep them back while they try to finish off these axe warriors. We've got the noble infantry and the rest of these spearmen falling back to a more favorable position against those archers, trying to just save as many men as they possibly can. But we've got even more archers getting some spear side shots on these Chimerian noble infantry. Great usage of these archers with 161 kills, 1 chevron so far, and 104 men remaining, and they still have ammo. Let's look at the rest of these archers. 124 kills on these Cretan archers, still have ammo. 148 kills on these, still have ammo. And we've got 98 kills on these guys, and they still have ammo. Great job with these guys. Holy smokes. We got a bronze chevron on these Cretan archers, which means they've killed more than 500 gold worth of troops. And then I believe there's a bronze chevron. Yep, there is definitely a bronze chevron on these guys with 166 kills. So overall, doing a fantastic job with their archers. We got the Thorax Swordsman and the Dacian Heavy Bows that are out of ammo in the fight against these Pontic Swordsmen, trying to do whatever you can to be able to break through this unit. There is a slight gap right here. We'll see if this upcoming unit from the Thorax Swordsman is going to go ahead and move in and utilize this gap to either charge the flank of these Steppe Spearmen or Chimerian Noble Infantry to charge the flank of these Pontic Swordsmen. The archers over here on the walls trying to do whatever they can to be able to do as much damage as they can against these archers. We got the Cretan archers starting to move up and try to get as much fire as they can against these Steppe archers, utilizing their ammo to the best of their ability, but they are taking a beating from the incoming fire of Chimeria. So hopefully they'll be able to do enough damage to warrant them moving up this closely. They only had a couple of volleys left. It looks like they are basically out of ammo. We've got a couple of the daggers being pulled out. It looks like they might only have a volley or two left. Maybe. I don't know. I saw a couple of knives being pulled out. Dollar store daggers, as Bubini likes to call them, being pulled out. So I'm not sure if they really have that much left. Over here, the floodgates are open. This is an opportunity for the Noble Swords to be able to move in and catch Pontus off guard and start getting a lot of kills. We've got 2 units of Pontic Warriors or Pontic Swordsmen, as well as the Pontic General. The Pontic General is going to go ahead and move up and try to hold this position, while the remnants of whatever's left up here are going to go ahead and keep holding them back. Are they going to fall back to the final position, though? Well, let's see. The Pontic Swordsmen, the Eastern Archers, have 12 kills so far, 66 kills, trying to get as much fire into these Noble Swords as they can, keep them from being able to get too many kills. So far, they have 256 kills with 1 Bronze Chevron. Not bad at all, especially with some of the units that they've been fighting. Chimeri Noble Infantry, Pontic Swordsmen, all of the works. They are going to break against the Archer fire. The Archer's going to continue to shoot at the breaking units, the units that are falling back, which is going to be great. We got Eastern Slingers with only 21 kills so far in the front line, trying to get as many kills as they can, and the Archers are going to absolutely focus these guys down, and they are not going to be long for this world at all. We got a unit of Chimerian Noble Infantry, depleted Chimerian Noble Infantry starting to fall back. The Thoreo Spears are going to take the charge. It looks like they still had ammo. Unfortunately, they were not able to use all of the ammo in time. We've got another unit of Noble Swords getting shot sword side as they're fighting against the mighty Thoreo Swords of Pontus. So they are going to take a lot of losses from some of these archer fires. You can see some of these guys starting to fall as the archers hit them. This guy, a guy over there, I mean, just people falling like bowling pins in a bowling alley. And so the archers are doing a great job of trying to do as much damage as they can before they inevitably fall. Over here, the archers are exposed. We'll see. I'm surprised that the Noble Swords aren't moving up to be able to try and utilize this opportunity to be able to move in and take out the rest of these archers. We got these Steppe archers starting to retreat. The Pontic archers are trying to utilize all of their ammo into these forces, get rid of these Noble Swords before they can get too many kills. The Thoreo Spears in square formation should be able to get a lot of kills, and somehow these slingers are still alive. But because they are in square formation, units are going to start wrapping around them and give the archers a great opportunity to be able to get some great fire into them as well. We've got the archers starting to fall back, but now they are trapped. There is a gate that they can move through. They can potentially move that through that gate and go all the way back and around here, back through that gate to get out of here. So they are not fully trapped, but they're not necessarily in the greatest position that they could be. It looks like they are going to go ahead and utilize this gate, try to get their ranged units the hell out of dodge, and go back and fall back to their final defensive area. Looking at what's left, we've still got some Noble Swords from Gaete, 3 units of fresh Noble Swords. We've got another unit of relatively fresh Noble Swords over here fighting against the Pontic Swordsmen of Pontus with 164 kills. We've got a lot of Thoreo Spears as well as Levi Thoreo Spears that still have ammo. We've got Dacian Heavy Bowmen with 53 kills. That still have ammo. Looking at the archers of Egypt, I don't know if they okay, so some of these Cretan archers do still have ammo. They've definitely saved a lot of their ranged capability for this final fight. We got the Nubian bowmen up on the wall, waiting to be able to utilize their ammo to the best of their ability. We've still got I'm trying to see if Dacia or if Gaete still has any other archers. It looks like it's just the one archer. So they've spent a lot of their ammo, and the Giant Ballista is completely out of ammo as well. But the attackers still are looking pretty damn good with their infantry and their ranged forces. Over here, the Chimerian Noble Infantry are broken. They have completely shattered, and they are getting the hell out of dodge, but giving these Steppe Archers a great opportunity to be able to start getting some fire into this little blob of troops and just trying to break as many of this infantry as they possibly can. Looking over at the defenders' side, I can see one unit of depleted Steppe Spearmen with 44 men remaining, 0 kills. We've got some archers left over. We got a couple of Pontic swordsmen. We got the Pontic general, and so far I'm not seeing anything else unless it is hidden. But it is definitely looking a little grim for the defenders. We do have the Chimerian Noble Infantry General of Chimeria, but with the amount of ranged forces that the attackers have left, I fear that it is not going to be enough. Over here, the Thero Spears are just continuing to get cycle charged. They have 98 kills so far, but they're going to get cycle charged from the Dacian Heavy Bowmen, as well as the Noble Swords, trying to do whatever they can to be able to just finish these guys off. So that way they just can move all of their units past this area and get over to that final defensive area. But we've got Egypt taking the initiative and moving everything that they have available over here to be able to capture towers and get into a good position to try and utilize their range capability to the best of their ability. Over here, we've got Chimerian Noble Infantry actually moving up to this kind of breach point. But if they move up here, then that means that they're going to have to defend both here and here, unless Pontus decides to hold right here. But then it's going to leave their sword side, or I'm sorry, their shield side vulnerable to archer fire from right here. So they're going to have to be extra careful. We've got the Steppe Archers starting to take fire from the remnants of the attackers' archers. We've got this Thero Spear finally breaking against the might of all of these forces. These Thorax swordsmen are winded, they are tired, they are exhausted, but they are going to continue to move on and fight for their great country. Now we've got the Pontic swordsmen making a grandiose charge into the Levi Thoreo spears. I don't know if they've utilized their ammo. I don't think that they have. They're going to charge into them before they can utilize their ammo. We've got the other unit of Pontic swordsmen going to charge into these Thoreo spears. We've got the Royal Peltas General of Egypt moving into a good position to be able to try and get some volleys off on these troops. We've got archers starting to fire, but the defenders are taking a very offensive strategy here. We've got Pontic swordsmen who are showing their butts to the Royal Peltas. So the Peltas are going to be able to get some great fire into them. They're going to fall back and cycle charge with the general and just try to break through these Thoreo spears as quickly as they possibly can. The Thoreo spears are extremely weak as of right now with 84 men remaining, but a great job by Pontus, utilizing the fact that the attackers are still trying to reform after taking out that Thoreo spears and moving through this just absolute death zone, which they still have the Greek Giant Ballista back here they can move up as well. But looking at all of the bodies, it is insane. But yeah, Pontus is just trying to utilize this disorganization to be able to try and break as many troops as they can, do as much damage as they can, and retake this area. They are successfully breaking these Thoreo spears that are trying to retreat. They are starting to waver. Will they fully break? We've got some archers starting to fire into the general unit, the Royal Peltas general units of Egypt. But now we've got the Pontic general starting to move into these Levi Thoreo spears, keeping them from being able to fire, keeping all of the Thoreo spears that they can from being able to fire, but now turning their back on all of the archer forces of the attackers. The attackers are going to be able to get a lot of really good flanking fire. But the attackers have just run out of ammo at the worst moment. They still have some Thoreo spears with ammo that they were able to successfully fall back, but Pontus is going to fall back as well, so that way they're no longer showing their butts to their opponents. We've got 181 kills on these guys so far, 67 and 45 kills. Was it enough? They were able to do some good damage against Egypt. They're trying to do whatever they can to be able to take out this general, because if they can take out the general and weaken that morale, that could be huge for their forces. Chimeria is going to go ahead and get completely surrounded here. We've got Steppe Spearmen and Chimerian Noble Infantry fighting back-to-back against the Dacian Heavy Bowmen, as well as the Noble Swords of Gaete, which are going to be able to get a lot of kills. So far, these Noble Swords have 275 kills. Gaete getting a lot of damage off. The Steppe Spearmen are going to go ahead and turn around and charge into the Noble Swords and keep them from being able to flank around their general. If their general can break these Noble Swords, however unlikely that it is, it could save the day, but yeah, the general is going to go ahead and fall back to a little slightly better position. Are they going to try to fall back altogether, or are they going to fight to the death? One of their Steppe Spearmen have completely broken. The Pontic swordsmen are taking on the wrath of the Thoreo spears and taking a lot of damage. We've got Eastern archers, which I can only assume that are out of ammo, charging into the fray, keeping these noble swords from being able to charge in. We've got a mass break from the defending forces, and that is going to be the end of the battle. All that is left is the Chimerian general, and he is not going to be long for this world now that the rest of the army has broken. Guys, what a battle. What a great replay to watch, guys. If you like this battle at all, make sure to hit that like button. If you loved it, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And let's go ahead and look at the results. So MVP of kills here is going to be Nice Rice playing as Egypt with 2,406 kills. We got second place taken by Titled Sub with 1,998 kills. Third place by Boss Prophet getting 1,657 kills. And last but certainly not least, Nella getting 825 kills. Titled Some, not even utilizing their general, and still having a lot of noble swords left. 263 kills, 315 kills, 142, 175, 156, 151, 139, 123, 143. Looking over at Boss Prophet and Pontus, we've got 178 with that Scorpion, 110, 169 Giggity with the Slingers. We've got 139, 165, 243, and 112. Looking over at Nice Rice and Nella. Nice Rice doing a really good job. 212, 174, being extremely aggressive. 151, 108, 227, 235, 102, 185, 204, 135, 151, 161. And overall doing a great job. And last but certainly not least, we had Nella with 145. Wow, on the nobles and the archers. That's actually really funny. 145, 145, and then 101. Guys, thank you so much for watching this battle again. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.